Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. It's The Men, and we're on the internet. My name is Kerbin Johnson.
I am Charles Swanson Swift.
You know what we should do? We should start the podcast like we're working at NPR.
I don't know why I feel like they do this. Or maybe like this.
I feel like they're in the jungle somewhere, and they're like reporting from like Timbuktu.
Okay.
But either way, go for what you were doing.
Reporting to you live from WHITE. Charles Johnson here at NPR Radio, talking about the color of people. Jonathan, do you think brown is too brown for you?
You know, this reminds me how old you are. Because that is not NPR.
That's not NPR?
No. NPR is, we're sort of British and we sort of whisper.
So the opposite.
Yes.
I think I was going, you said NPR, I thought you said MLB. So I was like, baseball announcer.
No. NPR is, thank you so much for coming to NPR. My name is Tilda Swinton, and today we're playing live jazz on the radio for 95 hours straight, reminding us of the reminiscent artist Martin Luther King Jr. That's NPR. And it's soft music.
Wow.
Oh, you did John Cena?
No. Oh, sure. For that.
Yeah.
No. That was
man. Hey, for everybody who loves wrestling, man, welcome back, Randy Orton. Welcome back, R-Truth. And CM Punk. That's going to rile them up. What up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. You know what it is. Today we're here to talk about all type of things that we aren't supposed to talk about. This episode comes out in a few minutes after we record it.
Yeah, pretty much. We're on crunch time.
Yeah. But this is fun. I like doing this kind of stuff.
I'm cool with it.
So I saw a movie. I went to Utah. I saw a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw The Marvels.
How was that?
Something tells me Marvel... First and foremost, shout out to the homie who was in the movie. I saw you. Incredible. I'm so happy. And I actually didn't hate the movie. I don't hate it, but I don't have like a strong like for it. I left the theater feeling exactly the same way from the last Ant-Man movie.
I didn't even see that one.
That's the thing. The Marvels makes me feel like Marvel is like they have their formula and it just is what it is now. There was that feeling when it was new and it was unique and it was storytelling and it was, even if I didn't really like Iron Man that much, it was unique, you know, and each thing was a different thing.
Yep.
That feeling that I got when I saw Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2, that feeling is not what I got here.
I would imagine not.
Yeah. It was like girl power, bad person who's also a girl.
Right.
And they do this weird thing in Marvel now where they just decide to beat the bad person.
They're just like, well,
yeah.
I think we've done enough.
They check their watch and like, all right, well, I think it's about that time. Ant-Man 3 or 4 or whatever it was did that.
It was also Wakanda Forever. They was just like, all right, I guess we're done.
Don't get me started on Wakanda Forever because you know that movie was trash.
Oh my god!
And I don't want to call it trash, but it was not good.
I like the Tyler Khan people.
Yeah, it's
That's
cool
all
that
I
your cousins were in the movie.
Hey man, that's pretty cool.
But you know that it's true. At the end of the movie, they're losing.
Yeah,
and then they're like,
they go, all right, we're done.
We put the girl in the microwave.
Yeah,
or whatever, whoever it was. I guess we'll stop fighting now.
Yeah,
huh? In the Marvels, the bad person. You're gonna watch it.
Probably when it gets on Disney.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a no. So in the Marvels, the bad person, who's a black, strong, independent black woman,
Yes.
she is trying to get a bangle.
Like a bangle?
Yeah, she's trying to get a bangle because
Okay.
one of the bangles has superpowers. The other one, they need to be together for some reason. So,
Like the rocks.
yes, you're talking about the stones, the Infinity Stones or whatever.
The rocks.
Stones.
Yeah.
Yes, the rocks. The Dwaynes.
The
is what I
Dwaynes.
like.
The Johnsons, if you will.
So in the end, she finally gets the bangle so easily. Like 20 minutes before, they're like, "Don't you dare!" What's my man's name? Samuel L. Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, don't you dare let her get it. 20 minutes later, she just like takes it off the girl's hand.
Yeah.
And then she puts it on her hand. And then, so the thing is, like, if they touch or if they like come together, you have enough power to like destroy everything.
Mm.
So she does that,
Like the rocks.
like the rocks. But then she does it, but then it's so much power that it kills her. But the story doesn't all the way make sense because the bad person is a bad person for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Just like in Spider-Man, whichever one where the Sandman is like, "Oh, I'm here to trying to help my daughter."
Right.
This was her not killing people, but she was like displacing resources from one planet for her planet. So I'm like, okay, I understand that you're not killing anybody, but you're killing people, but it's because something happened where you need like heat and water and whatever for your country. Cool. So the power of the bangles, it was supposed to like repower the sun and give them all the stuff that they're missing.
Mm-hmm.
Right before she like kills herself, I guess. America Marvel or whatever her name is, like the Black Marvel tells them, look, the White Marvel can just fix your son for you. Oops, okay.
They were like, "Oh, that's all you needed."
That's yeah, like
I had it in my back pocket.
It was just like, yeah, she didn't even need the bangles.
Right.
She could just like go into the sun, fix it, and then go home. And then the girl was like, "Oh, okay, well, I'm still gonna kill myself."
Yeah, Marvel needs to relax.
And I didn't understand what, like, she just told you she could do it, and your whole thing was like, "Oh, well, I need to do it." But then Marvel's getting really annoying with this whole like infinite universes thing. So
Yeah.
the Black Marvel. Okay, so just so you know. It's like they took a census before they put the movie out, and then they were like, "Okay, which people do we need to put on this?" So there's like an Indian Marvel,
Yeah.
There's a black one, and
Yeah.
there's a white one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm surprised they even put the white one in there. But
Surprised she made the cut.
yeah,
but.
who knows? Maybe she's like LGBT or something. I don't know, but I guess it works out because she's the leader, so it's still racist. Okay.
Yeah, we can work together as long as you do what I say.
Yeah. As long as you still hail to this white power,
Yeah.
we're good.
Come on, Black Marvel, let's go.
And Black Marvel doesn't want to be called anything but her name because, like, you better say my name, whatever. Anyways, spoiler alert, because I don't spoil a lot already. For some reason, she's the one chosen to go take the bangles to the other side when the same freaking thing happened in the multiverse Spider-Man movie, which was so dumb that there's like a crack in the multiverse, and then now like other universes can come. Well,
Right.
How many times are you guys gonna do this?
Well, the point is all these things are happening at the same time.
No.
Yeah, that's the point. Is the crack is happening all at the same time to all these different superheroes.
No. Here's why I say no. They caused the crack. And then Black Marvel goes to the other side of the crack to seal it. But then when she has a chance to get out of the other side to come back to her normal universe, she goes, "I'm going to just stay here." Why?
For what?
And she's like, "Well, I always knew I was going to stay on the other side." Well, how'd you know this was going to happen?
Yeah. I don't know.
That's stupid.
I think the crack is happening at the same time. I think each superhero thinks that they caused it. I think that's what it's gonna end up being.
Okay, that's
Spider-Man
interesting.
did that. Loki. That's what the show's about right now.
Oh, I tried to watch that first episode.
I'm on the second episode or whatever.
It's not as good as the first one.
I heard the ending though is fire. It might be worth the push through. I don't know how many episodes in the season, but I'm gonna try it later in life. But
you know what the problem with Disney Plus is? The audio on the app is so quiet.
Really,
Even if I push the TV to 100, I can't hear it.
you need a sound bar.
I have one.
Okay,
I need a real sound bar.
You need 2 sound bars.
I need a soap bar, like a sound soap bar.
Sure.
Yeah, it's so quiet. I have to
to
really do it. That Loki season 1 was fire.
It's really good, man.
Except the ending, but this one I couldn't sit around for it, and I hate that triple Spider-Man movie because the ending makes no real sense.
The latest Spider-Man one.
Yes, because they're like, okay, there's a crack in the thing, but he can't remember because he what was it? He went back in time or something to where he forgot.
No, he just wiped everybody's memory.
But he wiped his own memory.
Yeah, Doctor Strange. Yeah.
Wait,
Peter Parker, no, he remembers.
No, Peter Parker doesn't remember.
Or
no, his friends don't remember.
His friends don't remember. He remembers.
Okay, that's stupid. But did he fix the crack? There was a crack, and then everybody was coming through.
He fixed the crack,
but he didn't.
That's the point. Is now there's a whole mess of.
I hate the infinite thing.
The problem is
because it can never end.
No, and that's why they want it, because now they have a franchise forever.
I understand that, but at the same time,
it's
no
so
story,
convoluted.
No story matters.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is they're copying what their comic books did, but their comic books are a specific medium that have been going on for a fajillion years. Do I think all these movies are gonna last all that long? I don't know, but I think that's their goal. But I think it just makes it more complicated for audience viewers who are like, I only love superheroes, or the older people who are like, I want to go see this with my kids. Well, they're not gonna understand shit.
Oh yeah,
nothing. You got to. Oh, you have to watch the last 13 movies to understand why
the
this
TV
one,
shows
and the TV show to understand why this is important. Why?
Black Marvel was in
WandaVision.
WandaVision. I don't even know what she did in WandaVision. I know she was hacking into the mainframe and whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm unclear as to what and why is the White Marvel her aunt? Like, listen, Disney's having a rough time. The Marvels bombed.
Yeah.
It was made for like 229 million. It made 169. It's not to say they'll never make money. They will. But this is another one. And then I read today that Wish. Did you know that Wish came out?
No.
It's another Disney movie with
That
a little
flopped too,
girl
huh?
with braids in her hair.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a black girl. And it bombed. I thought it was going to come out maybe in January or something so they can have time to promote it. I went into the theaters and they were like, yo, you want to watch this? I was like, what? What is this?
What?
So something is off at Disney, Marvel. Maybe they need a Star Wars movie to like reboot them back into.
Maybe. I think they need to just relax on the franchises for a second.
Well, how? They've invested so much money into
That's the
it.
problem.
What?
It's now they're like, well, we can't stop because
It pays for everything.
Yeah.
Wish is not the only movie that flopped.
Right.
We have Wish and then like a heap of other movies that flopped in the last like 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the movie when they were like germs or something and they went into the human brain or something? And
You
then
mean Inside Out?
No. No.
Then you lost me.
The movie where it was the first like gay, like the kids were gay, and it was a very short scene, but it made a big made a big spectacle about it.
With Jake Gyllenhaal.
That sounds right.
Strange World.
Strange World bombed.
That one bombed.
Yeah, and then also Fire and Water.
Elemental. That bombed. I just watched it. It was pretty good.
You liked it?
It was whatever.
I thought the story was kind of weak. Because I like the story idea, but the story was just like A, B, C, D, E.
There was a plot hole for me because maybe I just wasn't paying attention. But the source of why the wall broke and why there was a flood was never explained. I don't know why there was a flood. I don't know why the water was coming out of the hole.
It cracked.
But from what? I thought it was going to be like, oh, someone sabotaged to get all the brown people to But that just like pressure. Flew by the wayside. They were just like, oh, it broke.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the whole thing was, blank. Like they fell in love. Oh, they're in love now.
Yeah.
Like there was it was the moment, in the movies where they're like, oh, this is the moment I fell for that person. They were like, oh, that happened randomly. It was like they were talking and then she was like, oh.
Yeah.
Huh? And then I think the movie was a little too socially conscious. Like they're trying to make a point about everything.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is going to lead into this.
Go ahead.
You know what I just found out is good? Friends.
Oh.
Friends is a good show. I'd only seen one episode, half of one. And this past weekend, I saw like 5 episodes, and every episode was banging.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me think about all these Disney movies that we watch now. That show had a really great way of tying everything together.
Right.
And I'm watching like season 8 or whatever. Jennifer Aniston's pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of questions to ask, but it's not like they left it open and weird where like it's just for the sake of laughter. It was a story that was being told per episode.
Yeah.
Disney now has this like odd agenda where the story has to be a lesson that applies to you as a person. And I think that's kind of weird. Like, it's understandable when you do it sometimes because back in the day, that used to be the thing that got you awards.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow, you spoke something powerful onto us. But now it doesn't necessarily feel like a powerful thing.
Yep.
It's more like, this is how we feel, and you should feel this way too.
Yeah. It's not going to play.
That's weird.
Yeah. It sucks. Because, like, there's so many classics. Disney was hitting banger after banger, and now it's like, petered out.
Well, who's here to replace him is the question.
DreamWorks, bro. DreamWorks has spit absolute fire. I got super high and watched Megamind last night. Holy shit. That's a movie.
Megamind.
Yeah. Will Ferrell and Tina Fey.
Isn't Megamind from like 2015?
Sure. So?
I'm talking about who's replacing Disney.
What was the last
now.
thing they just put out? Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Absolute fire. This is DreamWorks, bro. DreamWorks is on the up and up.
Really good.
It's fire.
It's really good.
Absolute fire. They're on the up and up, man. DreamWorks.
You think Disney's dead? Dying?
I don't know. Hey, I heard a rumor. I don't know if this is true, but I heard the copyright license on Mickey is almost up.
Yes. You can now use Mickey Mouse in your own stuff, kind of like how Disney uses all those like Brothers Grimm stuff.
Yeah, because that's all public domain.
Yeah. So it's just going to become public domain.
Like Winnie the Pooh and all that stuff.
Yeah. So I find that kind of weird as far as like laws go. I don't think it's totally fair, but okay.
Yeah. Considering they built their whole park based after this fucking shape.
and now somebody could
Now
just
it's
come
just
in
gonna
and
be
like
everywhere.
take it. I just feel like that's odd.
Yeah.
But I also think that they can reimagine Mickey.
I guess, but the basic shape of Mickey is like absolutely everywhere. It is synonymous to Disney. And for someone else to just grab that and go, that's going to be weird. Granted, no one has yet, but
Oh, they have.
what do you mean?
Oh, plenty of people have. There's a movie that was shot secretly in the DSLR phase
Oh, that was in Disneyland.
in Disneyland,
Yeah.
and their whole website was X amount of days until Disney sues us for this movie.
Right.
If
Right,
they
right,
if
right.
they're gonna make that movie, other people people make fake Disney stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And I think now what we're thinking about is someone gonna make a movie or a video game and put Mickey Mouse in it?
Mm-hmm.
Is there gonna be Mickey Mouse Brothers? Mario Brothers, or what was it?
Yeah.
What's the Super
Mario Brothers.
What's the name of that game that everybody used to like to play?
Super Mario Brothers. Super Smash Brothers.
Super Smash Brothers. Is Mario going to be in the Super Smash
that could be
Brothers?
interesting.
You know,
You could do a Roger Rabbit too. Roger Rabbit had Mickey Mouse in it. But then Roger Rabbit ended up being a Disney property, so it doesn't really matter.
really? I never saw it.
You ever see Roger Rabbit?
Mm-mm.
It's a detective movie.
That's with the lady with the blonde hair, red dress.
Red dress, red hair.
Oh, Lucy something.
Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit. Jessica Rabbit.
She's married to Roger Rabbit.
She's a rabbit.
No.
Oh.
That's his last name.
Oh.
She
Yeah.
took his last name in the marriage.
You know what's really sad? I've only seen the LeBron James Space Jam.
That is actually pretty sad. Because the first one's a fire. The second one is hot dog water.
Somebody told me the other day, millennials love to hype up a D- film.
That's probably true, but we work with what we got, what we had. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gonna watch Good Burger too?
No,
Yeah.
I don't like to taint the memories I have of the old stuff.
And see them all.
You know, granted, Good Burger is a Nickelodeon movie, probably a D- movie, but I like it in my head.
I don't even think it should have been a movie. I think it was like a skit from.
It was. That's how it started.
Right?
It was
or the
an all
Amanda
that
show.
skit, and they were like, "Oh, let's capitalize. Let's make a movie." They did that with a couple.
Skeeter, Cousin Skeeter.
Cousin Skeeter, I think, was one.
Yeah,
Cousin Skeeter was a puppet, though.
yeah, that was a good show
I like
with
that.
Robert.
With what's the dude's name?
Robert Richard.
And the girl.
The girl.
It was a girl in Cousin Skeeter. It was what's her face? The only reason, for some reason, the only movie I can think that she's in is
Megan Good.
the Love Guru. But yeah, Megan
the Love Guru.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Anyway, ignore me. Yeah, Megan Good and
Megan Good. Megan is looking fantabulous nowadays. My goodness. Now she ain't got to go to church 4 times a week. The devil got her looking
That's
all
what it
right.
was.
Boy, looking like a hot angel.
Uh-oh.
All right, let's talk about T.I. and his son. So this is really interesting to me because it speaks on celebrities and their desire to want to be really normal. So T.I.'s son did something that I kind of noticed Chris Brown do, but in a totally different way. Last week, Chris Brown posted on his Instagram, "Y'all don't play with me, I'm a Piru," which means I'm a blood.
Mm-hmm.
And that had me thinking, bruh, you're worth like tens of millions of dollars. What you talking about? You a Piru? Like, that's what you say when you have nothing to lose,
Right.
and you don't mind going to jail and being affiliated with things that could land you in a bad spot.
Right.
And to mention that on like Instagram, I understand in your songs, sort of, not really. In this day and age, when you know they're gonna use the song lyrics against you, Mm. But something about that statement says childish, and I don't want to be who I am sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, fast forward to T.I.'s son. T.I.'s son gets on live while he's at a football game or something, and he starts talking about the fact that he's like really from the streets. And he talks about like he's from the hood, and his father and his mother are there, and they're explaining, dude, you live in a gated community. Okay. And he was like, nah, y'all weren't really there. I was living with my grandma in the streets, and his sister or somebody was there like, bruh, you was living at your grandma's house just so you could suck on your binky. Like, that was the reason why you went. So it looks like the son, King, and T.I. got into an altercation, and they like hit each other. And it makes me think about these celebrity kids. We now have Chris Brown talking about "I'm a Piru," which is like something a young person would say who just like doesn't care about anything that they have in life. We've heard Kim Kardashian's daughter talk about, yo, my dad got an apartment. Like, that's fire to a kid. You know what I mean? That's fire to a kid. Why you ain't got an apartment? Like, your mom got a 100,000 square foot house.
Right.
And you talking about, yo, can we get a 2-bedroom apartment? And then we have this son who's the child of a rich and famous entertainer who really wants to be from the streets. He wants to crash out.
Yeah.
What's up with y'all, yo?
You just pay attention. Pay attention to where you at and what you have.
I could understand from the straight point where you don't want to be seen as like a punk.
Right.
I get it. Sure. You don't want to be seen as a loser or a nerd or like
that's the fear. Is if I play too much into what I have, then I look
privileged.
Vulnerable.
Yeah, you look privileged.
Yeah.
And a lot of people hate privilege these days. A lot of people hate privilege. And I get it, but bruh, that's what we always be talking about when we say generational wealth. A lot of generational wealth, the point of it is to break generational curses. Mm-hmm. So if your curse is that you've been poor and had to fight and hustle and get into issues where you don't know if you're going to make it out alive or free, and you want to pass that over to your kid, now your kid is like, the kid says something very interesting where he's like, I don't even want to be from behind these gates. I want to be outside.
For what? To do what?
Bro, put me behind the gate.
Yeah.
Because there's only one other gate left.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be behind that one.
No.
It's sick.
Just live your life. You have this. Don't be a turd about it, but don't, like, throw it in the trash altogether. Like, what are you doing?
I think these celebrity kids are going to be like kids today who try not to post too much about their lives online. And I read something recently that, this is going to sound crazy, but the middle of the United States is shrinking. Like, the middle class of the United States is shrinking. Right. However, it doesn't automatically mean that people are getting poorer. It means that a lot of people are actually just getting richer. A lot of the middle class, they're just going into the next class. They're just getting wealthier and wealthier. And I can imagine in this time period where the subject of privilege, wealth inequality, all these buzzwords, they make people seem like they're a bad person without you having to know them.
Right.
And I can imagine a celebrity kid trying to befriend normal people, and then they're like, you ain't never had to work a day in your life. Like, they start poking at you with these little jabs.
Yeah.
And it almost doesn't matter how hard you work, because when you find success, guess what everyone's going to say? Well, you T.I.
Yeah, you just giving it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You ain't had to work for it.
Yeah.
And that, I can see why you would want to be like, I can't. But the truth of the matter is, if you're incompetent, you're incapable. See what I'm saying?
I like that.
So when a celebrity child or a child of a wealthy person, they say that it takes a generation and a half, 2 generations to just run through all the money.
Right.
Because the kid just believes, like, I'm just going to keep getting this. And they don't learn a skill or anything. Like, the people who become wealthy, it's not by accident, you know. And if they stay wealthy, it's not by accident either. It's because that family has decided to make a conscious effort to either learn some kind of skill or, you know, pass it down to somebody that is going to be responsible with the wealth. But oftentimes, by the time the grandchild comes around, that money is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Generation 2 spent a lot of it. Generation 3 wipes it out, and then they go back to being just regular people.
Right.
So I don't understand when, if you're capable of thinking about the big picture, why do you so badly want to be the person who has nothing? Mm-hmm. Because the truth is, even if you have wealth, it takes so much to maintain it and to grow it. It's almost like starting with nothing, because you could easily lose it.
Right. Right.
I just think it's embarrassing for these kids, but it also showcases that they have, like, they're struggling mentally.
Could be. It could be just like between a rock and a hard place. It's like when you're like Americanized, it's like you're too. So, like, for me, example, I didn't grow up in the hood. I didn't grow up in the fanciest of fancies. I live in my aunt's house. Like, we weren't super poor, but we weren't super rich. Mm-hmm. And I went to school as an American. I didn't really go to school as a Hispanic kid, because we were all just Hispanic kids together, and we were all just cool that we had the same Lunchables. You know what I mean? Like, mm-hmm. It was, so it's like being too brown for the white kids and being too white for the brown kids. Mm-hmm. When I went to high school, that was exactly what it was. It was like, oh, am I brown or am I American? Like, mm-hmm. like, what's the difference? I think that's kind of the pickle that they're in, where it's like, am I trying to be poor to look cool, or to look like I'm one of my people or whatever? But if I do that, all the people over here will be like, oh, you're hanging out with them? Why would you do that? That's such a whatever. So I think they're getting peer pressure just as much.
That's where the parents need to step in and punch him in the chest.
Well, apparently he did. So.
Oh, you heard about that?
But you told me.
Oh, yeah. I think T.I. hit him. They got some kind of physical altercation.
How old is the kid?
I think he's an adult.
Oh.
Let's find out. King.
I think he's 35.
I don't know, but let's find out. Okay, he's adultish. He's 19.
Okay. Dang. He's still a young person.
It's an interesting looking child. Okay, well, yeah, let me not talk about it.
Don't get too specific. Get too specific.
Interesting looking child, boy, please. Yeah, but I feel for those kids, you know, who are in the middle, like mixed people. You know, who, like, they feel like they're not black enough. Sometimes I feel like that, and I don't know. Please don't attack me, because I'm starting to attack back. But sometimes I wonder if the light skinned people who are mixed really do go through the, like, I'm not black enough thing. Because like, when I see a light skinned person, I just think you black.
Right.
And if you're mixed, okay, still black.
right.
Like, Obama's black to me. I know people like, oh, he's mixed, you know, but look at who he married. Look at his kids. The only non-black thing about Obama is his haircut.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know why he's allergic to getting a lineup and a fade. Get it right. But aside from that, he's like a Cosby black guy to me.
Yeah.
You know?
So, yeah, I don't know.
I wonder. But, hey, man, best of luck to him. King Harris.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for you, man, because Charleston White said you look like a platypus. I'm sorry,
no.
man. I'm sorry. You're not,
he looked like a platypus.
When you see his picture,
oh, no.
I have to agree. All right. Here's a question from DDG. Would you rather know when you're going to die or how you're going to die?
Ooh. I think neither. When or how? Does it matter? When? Because I could know how. Like, say it's like get hit by a car. So now I'm just never going to get close to a car ever in my life. I want to know when, so that way I know, oh, okay, it's coming up.
They're going to have to give me some options.
Okay.
If I look at the how, y'all need to tell me like 4 things. Because if it's get hit by a car, get a heart attack.
Yeah, it's like it happen anytime.
Yeah, like okay, hit by a car, that would mess with me.
Yes.
Heart attack, we riding.
It is what it is.
I'm gonna put some Tylenol.
Yeah. Some Bayer.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Getting my blood out. You
Yeah.
ain't getting me today.
Just don't get a paper cut. You'll be bleeding for hours.
It's lit out here.
Yeah.
I have a Band-Aid on me.
Yeah.
We rocking.
You're good.
I put some Neosporin on it.
Boom.
We good. If it's like you're gonna die from gangrene, Lyme disease, I might be okay with that.
Yeah.
Because now I know I'm not going to none of them countries with bugs.
Yeah. Exactly.
I gotta Google gangrene.
Yeah. I don't know how to get that. But
Once they tell me when, I kind of could be okay with that too. Because if you tell me, okay, on this specific day you're gonna die, I know how I'm gonna die. Overdose.
you think so?
Yeah, because I'm gonna choose how I'm gonna die.
Oh, you just gonna do it to yourself? You're like, oh no, okay.
I'm gonna have a
I got
good
this
time
planned
too.
out.
Yeah. I'm gonna love me some
There you go.
crack. I'm gonna have me a good time. Definitely
Right.
don't have to come and find me.
Right.
So, and then I'll be real upset. They're like, oh shoot, it was supposed to be actually the year after. It's that day, but the year after.
Oops.
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. Exactly. No, I think if they're gonna tell me when, I need to know when, to the second. To the second. That way I know. And then when it happens, it happens. Like if you can guarantee me the when, there's no early whatever. You know what I mean? Like they'll tell me, oh, you're gonna get a heart attack here and you're gonna die. But then 3 days before I slip and fall off a building, like then I'm like, wait, you lied to me. You cheated me out of 3 days. So I want to know the when, and I need to guarantee it's gonna be that day. No other
That
day in
time.
between. No other day in between. I need to know the exact moment it's gonna happen.
That's like Death Note.
Sure.
Death Note.
Sure.
Hmm.
Now I'm not gonna get stupid and put myself in more dangerous situations. I'll
Why?
keep living it normal. Because I'm not gonna play with fate like that.
Nah, I will play fair. I'm gonna start saving the city. I'm gonna start fighting bad guys.
I should only
I
with
can't
my
die
fists.
today, buddy. I can only get hurt, big dog.
Boom.
Keep coming after me. I'm Batman, playboy.
Be like the mask where he like moves his whole body to the side.
And then the orange juice comes out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I would need to know either one, but I think if you give me options
If you're gonna
of the how, I would choose how, just so I know, like, all right, I could pick heart attack. Cool, no problem. When is freaky.
I don't know. I don't think it's
No, when is you say that, but there's gonna come a Friday where you're like, yo, this is my last Friday.
oh shit. Yeah. Well,
And it's gonna freak you
yeah,
out.
but that time it's too late. You're like, oh, well,
Nope,
okay.
it's not. Because every little thing come that Monday, that's the day you're gonna die. Everything gonna scare you. This is how I die. This is how I die. Right?
That's fair.
And it just turns out like
But it's the same thing. It's the same thing if you know how. If you know
Nah,
how
'cause
you're
I could
gonna
just
get
be like,
stabbed, you're gonna be
I
like,
don't well, at any point, we live in Los Angeles. We could get stabbed at any point. I am
guess.
still already. Okay. So, talking about stabbed, Derek Chauvin, the police officer that put his knee on George Floyd's neck,
Yeah.
he was stabbed in federal prison.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner.
Yeah.
Is he like gonna die or what?
They said they had to do life-threatening procedures to help him stay alive, and now he should be fine, and they're going to put him back in general population.
To go put him back in jail pop?
I mean, where's he going to go? You can't give him special treatment.
I guess not, but...
The internet had the funniest reaction because everybody was like, so what y'all doing at Wendy's tonight?
Yeah, whatever. Let that happen. Hope it happens a couple more times.
Like, I actually feel
Go ahead.
a kind of way about, like, violence.
Sure.
I almost feel like it's more torture to just let him be in jail and, like, maybe like,
100%.
occasionally beat him up.
100%. Let him live out his whole sentence.
Yeah.
You
and
let
think
him
about it. Like,
yeah.
let it hurt. Let
But
it marinate.
at the same time, you like, all right, I can see why this is gonna happen. It's like that movie. Again, I bring it back to movies. National Security with Steve Zahn and Martin Lawrence.
Oh.
He gets sent to jail because they think he beat the shit out of Martin Lawrence, but he like didn't. He was trying to stop a bee from stinging Martin Lawrence.
Oh, we saw this in Alaska.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And so they sent him to jail, and he's like, shit, man, I'm not going to be a general population. So he punches a guard, so they put him in solitary for his whole sentence. So he's like, all right, well, I don't have to worry about this anymore.
What happened to Steve Zahn?
What happened to him? He's still working.
Is he?
Yeah. He was just in a couple of different things. He played a dad in a movie not too long ago, and then he was in the last Planet of the Apes movies.
There's a new Planet of the Apes movie coming out.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I watched all 3 in a day at the theaters with my cousins.
This is the
Andy Serkis one.
with
Andy Serkis.
Seth Rogen's friend.
Oh, that's the first one. Yeah. With James
Franco.
Franco. Yeah, he's not in the other ones.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like, I understand that it's, I don't know,
Gonna happen.
You did bad. We're gonna, it's fine that we're gonna do bad to you too. But I don't know, man. I don't know if I like an eye for an eye.
Yeah,
I don't know if I like it. Now I could just be privileged. But like, obviously, like, forgiving him doesn't really do much. You still have to live out your sentence. But
gotta atone for your sins.
yeah, I don't know. It just, I don't like violence. I don't like
fair.
seeing people pain and hurt and stuff like that. It's one of the reasons why I didn't enjoy myself in the third world country I went to, and also because they said that I'm size too big.
We don't have enough fabric to clothe you, sir.
I'll show you some fabric. There's a census that projects that over 1 in 4 Americans will become Latino by 2060. I should read that over again because that doesn't make any sense. What I said is that they're going to become Latino by 2060.
We're going to start. We already have the serum to convert people.
They just wake up. A census projects over 1 in 4 Americans will be Latino by 2060.
That is wild. That's awesome, first of all. But
remember the thing that said by 2050 everyone's going to be Band-Aid colored?
Fair. Yeah.
I think that they should be coming up with some stuff.
What is this based off of?
A census.
All right. So they just counted people?
Yeah.
A lot more of you.
I think that kid's going to like a Mexican.
Yeah.
I think that kid's going to like a Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Or as Trump would say, Puerto Rican.
A Puerto Rican.
A Puerto Rican.
Yeah. I don't know. If that's true, I think that's awesome. Keep us going.
We'll be North Mexico.
I mean, I feel like California already is North Mexico.
I think the whole country's pretty much North Mexico at this point. I still think that there's like 70% white people, though. And when I went to Utah, I saw
for sure
the whites.
Yeah, they'll protect their gerbs, but taking their gerbs. Yeah, I think that's really cool though. How
don't
much
like
of
it.
it will be? Oh, go ahead.
You know why? It should be.
Go ahead.
It should be 3 out of 4 people gonna be black.
That's still 1 out of 4 being a
Yeah,
possibility
the
of
whites
being
gonna
brown.
have to take one of the ones. They're gonna have to take the whites gonna take.
So
one.
you gonna give a 0?
You can take a percentage.
Well, there's Afro Latinos,
Yeah.
so there's already
They're the
still.
worst.
What do you mean they're the
No,
worst?
I'm kidding.
Hello, what do you think?
I'm an Afro Latino.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, where do you think you come from, man?
We're the best.
We cousins, if you don't think about it.
No, it's true.
We cousins.
They just be saying anything though, man. I don't
Yeah.
believe that.
Well,
I feel like as soon as the whites hit 50%, they're gonna be like activate baby mode. You know, ain't nobody having
rich.
babies anymore.
Yeah.
It's just Elon Musk and Nick Cannon.
Yep.
Having all the babies on Earth. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how that goes. Something that I noticed this past Thanksgiving, stores are closed on Thanksgiving. I tried to go to Walmart and it was closed.
Wow.
I know for years now they just be open.
Right.
Like you could run to the store. Your mom like, oh, I forgot to get the cranberry. Just go to the store, get the cranberry. I called Walmart, and it was like, just so you know, we're closed. I called Target. They were like, we're closed on Thanksgiving. The gym was closed on Thanksgiving.
Well, it could be the geographic location you were at.
I noticed that it was like that in California last year.
Was it?
Yeah, I think people are starting to love Jesus
I think they're finally accepting Jesus in their hearts.
as their Lord and Savior.
Yeah.
And also, I think people hate consumerism. I have a long speech about that. I will not say it.
That's for another episode.
Okay.
But,
all I can
yeah.
say to that is to all the employees who have a job and are happy that people are not shopping on Black Friday, which they are.
Just online.
It don't really matter. Did you know that in Halloween, it was like the largest Halloween in financial history this year? We're talking about this.
As far as like
economic-
buying decorations and costumes and party things for and their lawns.
Yes. It was like $12 billion.
It's a spectacle holiday, of course.
But this is a down year. I think that it was $2 billion more was
Christmas
spent.
could go up.
Oh, I hope
It's
so.
also a spectacle holiday. It's the lights on the lawns and the trees on the thing.
I think they said that this Black Friday generated $9.6 billion. All of this stuff, I know it's bad, like consumerism, capitalism, blah, 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 cry about it. That stuff is great because we live in such funky economic times, and these are the things that uphold
Keep it going.
everything that we need. You know, it's keeping jobs, it's getting people work, even if it's temporary. It's keeping layoffs away. I'm sorry, but I like it. I'm happy that. Though one aspect of it that I don't like is that I'm sure a lot of people are using debt to get all the stuff that they want to get, which is like making a future problem.
Right.
But today, it's fine.
For the moment, we're good.
It's okay. And I can't guarantee everybody is doing,
Right.
using debt.
Yeah.
But another thing that I learned was that people are really behind on car payments right now. Do you know the average cost of a car payment in America right now?
Average monthly cost?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's like $600, $500.
$729.
That's a rent check
Yeah.
for a car?
Yeah. For a depreciating asset?
Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
I think, and we have so much information now about how, like, you don't need that. And I know that the car companies they may not have the shortage that they used to have with the chips and blah, blah, blah. But some of them are just keeping the prices up just because they're seeing that people are paying for it. So they're purposefully lowering their stock of cars just so that you can pay more.
Yeah.
And then they'll drip
Hey, we only
new
have a
product
couple
in.
left.
Yeah. So if you're a doofus and you, I'm sorry, but if you're stupid like that and you're paying $700 a month for a car, I don't care how much money you have,
doing?
you're dumb.
You know who's winning this though? TikTokers. There's specific people on TikTok or going on TikTok. They're like, yo, I work at a dealership. This is how you ask to buy a car, or this is how you negotiate to buy a car, and they give you all like the secrets of the hidden fees, and they're trying to add on you and this, that, and the third, and they're like, no, you tell them this, and this, and you are gonna probably walk away with at least 15 off the car, off whatever MSRP, the sticker price, whatever it is. And I was
That's still the hustle though, because those, cars are still. I mean, the prices are falling, but they're still over MSRP by like $7,000, $10,000.
Right.
So even if you get it taken off, you're still paying more than you should.
And then there's other people on TikTok. This is why I said TikTokers. Other people, youngins, buying old cars and like figuring out how to fix them just by YouTube. And so they're buying these like $1,000 car, and it's like an old Ford Ranger, and they're literally. And I think one of the dudes works at like a auto parts store, but still, like he's still going to YouTube, looking it up, going to the parts store, and it's probably gonna cost him what, $3,000 max.
Mm-hmm. And now you know how to fix a car.
And you know how to fix a car.
Yeah.
And it's like vintage is like the new thing.
Yeah. That's the smart thing.
That's the move.
I feel like when you, and this is, I know y'all gonna hate this, but I already know, because I already know the person exactly who's gonna come and like, well, you don't know how I leverage that. Well, you didn't go get the great. Listen, I feel like when you finance something as large as a car, you steal $1 million from your future. Like if you cannot afford a car and you get one at today's interest rates, especially, that's another factor that like really hurts. You get it at today's interest rate and it takes 5-6 years for you to pay it off. By that time, you're like, oh, I need to get another car.
Mm-hmm.
You could have invested that money. You could have literally just thrown it into an index fund or a mutual fund, and then X amount of years down the line, now you have blank percent more. Like, I'm sorry. From my perspective, trying to live as debt-free as possible or close to it is the best way to secure yourself for an uncertain future. If you're one of those people who are like, oh, well, we're not going to get Social Security. Honestly, it shouldn't really matter if you're young. If you're young enough, if you're in your 20s or your 30s, and you believe, I'm not going to get any Social Security, great. You should start making a plan for that early. Save up your emergency fund, invest into your works 401k, invest into some mutual funds, and just keep it simple. If you just want to be a normal person. If you want to not be a normal person, you want to start a business and blah, 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 that's a different story. Great. But if you're going to be one of the people that complain, the government's not going to take care of me. But since you know that, you're ahead of the curve on that, you should fix that.
Yeah.
Yourself.
Yeah. Work to change that.
You know? It's sad, but whatever.
Ultimately,
even if you're spending money through debt and you're stimulating the economy, you're dumb, and we're grateful for you.
Hey, man, you're good.
Okay, 2 more things. Matt Rife.
Yeah.
Everybody's favorite new gay-looking comedian.
He's a real pretty man.
He's very, very adorable looking. I saw some of this Netflix special. I wasn't sure if it was the TV or him. I'm looking at his picture now. It's definitely him. He looks like he's had work done on his face.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, his lips look like mine, like Jay-Z's.
Wow. Like Jay-Z's.
All right, let's read it. This is from comingsoon.net. Gross.
All right. Dang, I was trying to buy that domain. They got away with it.
You could also just buy camefast.com.
Come quick. .now.
Quickcomer.com. The 28-year-old stand-up comedian Matt Rife has found himself amidst controversy after latest Netflix special called Natural Selection. But what is the story behind it, and why is Rife's latest comedy special being bombarded with so much hate? This is what you need to know. Starting the show, he blah blah blah. All right, Matt Rife's joke about domestic violence hasn't gone well, especially with the female demographic who has amassed. He has amassed via TikTok, and now his entire special has been met with major backlash. Ooh, I know Netflix is loving it.
I know, dude. That's it.
Yeah.
No, what is it? All press is good press.
Man, Netflix can't stand this. They can't wait to stand with somebody everybody hates.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when everybody hated Dave Chappelle, we're standing with our brother.
So you want 4 more specials? You can go ahead.
As per fans and Rife himself, he mostly attracted the female demographic, which got him popular on TikTok. Rife apologized to fans to his Instagram story, which met with even more backlash.
I heard about this one.
As the comedian got accused of ableism after that. Oh, shut up. It remains to be seen what happens next. What is the joke?
The actual domestic violence joke?
Yeah,
I have no idea. I haven't seen it. You watched most of it though, and you didn't hear it?
I watched a good amount of it, and I mean, he said some jokes was like she belongs in the kitchen, and he said something about like a restaurant worker gets punched in the face, but she wouldn't have gotten punched if she was in the kitchen, something like that. I want to say it was.
Probably, was that the joke?
Probably that joke.
Okay.
He's a freaking comedian.
That's his job. That's his job is to get a rile out of you, and if you don't like it, then you push on him. Well, guess what? Now he gets more publicity. Well, guess what? He just becomes more famous. So
That's
it doesn't
why
matter.
I don't like beautiful people.
Yeah, well, so that too.
Cause I ain't gonna say the comedy special was funny. It wasn't funny.
No.
But if they're saying he amassed popularity on TikTok with female fans, they probably just thought he was hot. And
Well, see, that's the thing with comedians doing TikTok. What's 90% of a comedian's TikTok? Crowd work. You know, you don't hear actual jokes.
no, that's not true. Remember, Ralph Barbosa did a lot.
Sure, yeah, but Matt Rife, all his TikTok is nothing but crowd work.
Matt Rife's TikTok is nothing but crowd.
It's
work.
nothing but crowd
Yes.
work. And his crowd work to who? The ladies.
Exactly.
So
he might not even be funny. He just might be real sexy with a microphone.
Yeah. Honestly, he just make fun of girls, and what are the girls like? Well, you make fun of him a little bit.
Yeah. He's not a comedian.
Yeah.
He's only 28.
He's 28.
I don't really trust young comedians. You don't have enough life experience.
That's sure. Yeah.
You know, if you're like 20 something, you're probably still talking about stuff that happened to you in high school.
Right.
And I don't want to hear about it.
And I don't care.
Yeah. I don't care about it.
I'm not.
We're still talking about the heyday.
Yeah.
Shut up.
It's the glory days. Get out of here.
You know?
That was 2 years ago.
And I don't know. I'm just looking at him, and I hate beautiful people. I really do. I hate beautiful people. You know, except for like the ones that I like. But
right. But still.
Like the thing about beautiful people is that they start off beautiful, and then they continue beautifying themselves.
Yeah.
And then they start looking weird.
Yeah.
And then now
they look like a brick.
Yeah. You look like Sandra Bullock
talk to you like this.
in the train to Japan.
Bullet Train?
The Bullet Train. I can't even get that name right.
She couldn't move her upper lip for nothing.
Not a thing.
She was like, hey, hi.
Yeah. Freaking Matt Rife.
Yeah,
He'll be
man.
pretty somewhere else.
Yeah. Well,
All right. Here's something that I thought you might be interested in knowing
tell me.
about. I might waste me some money on some of these websites. This is from marca.com.
Okay.
Okay. So this is about how much money celebrities make on OnlyFans.
Okay.
Some of them show their body.
Right.
Some of them don't.
And you thought this was the conversation I'd be
Yeah.
excited about.
Yeah.
You're right, my friend. Keep it going. Who's on the list?
So as far as the list of most successful people on OnlyFans, Cardi B is in second place, and she made $45 million this year.
That is wild.
That's why, to me, this is a crazy story. One person made more money than her.
Yeah.
Iggy Azalea.
What?
I'm about to finish.
I did my research. And,
You know, I saw a picture of Iggy Azalea with a normal human being, and I have never, ever realized how much she looks like Michael Jackson.
Well, they say she looks like white chicks. the Wayans brothers, white chicks.
She does. This, like, when she stands by herself, she looks beautiful.
Yeah, and you put her next to
A normal human being, boom. You're like,
boom. Well, let's hope she's only doing solo people videos on Instagram. On Instagram, OnlyFans.
I mean, I'm gonna for research purposes.
I'm gonna have to look into
Like,
this.
yeah, because I mean, we're reporting on this. We're at the table and we're men.
Yeah.
We're on the internet.
Okay, so since we don't know, is she showing titties? Is she full nude on her OnlyFans? What do you think?
I think she is.
You think she?
But Cardi B is not. She gets on and she just be talking.
Ah,
That's the thing I don't understand. She'd be talking on Instagram. What do I got to pay for that?
yeah, that's fair enough.
What do I need Cardi B's explanation on things?
In the hopes that at one moment she'll flash a titty. For what?
I'm gonna carefully word this. There was a moment where I believe Cardi B was on Instagram Live and she was drunk, maybe, and she did have her
exposed
boobs out.
herself.
Yeah, and let's just say the money's gonna stay in my account. On that one. No disrespect.
That's funny.
After Cardi B, random, but $20 million goes to Tyga being on OnlyFans.
Huh. I think there's more curiosity than anything.
What are they curious about? I mean, is he just performing Rack City on there? No, I hear Tyga be up in there banging it down. Bad Baby, Danielle Barigoli, also known as Cash Me Outside.
Yeah.
$38.6 million.
I still visualize her as a child though. That's so weird.
Well, she's only like 18 or 19.
That's so weird, dude.
Chris Brown is on there. He made $15 million. But apparently it says that he's using it as a creative playground.
Yeah, some people are doing that. There's a comedian. She just put her special out on OnlyFans.
I think I heard about that. Before OnlyFans, Iggy Azalea had a net worth of $15 million. So with the $48 million, her net worth will increase by 320%. Here's something that you should also factor in. OnlyFans has to take their cut.
Yeah.
These people are not just, they didn't just make an account on OnlyFans. There's like an agency.
Yeah.
So they're going to take their cut. The government going to take their cut. So whatever there's $40 million, she's probably getting like 12, or 13 or something like that.
Yeah.
But still, not bad.
I mean, 12 million is more than zero. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I'm going to start OnlyFans.
Go for it. Listen.
And if I don't make $10 million,
First month?
it's a wrap for everybody.
How much you charging? Monthly.
So this is the marketing.
And can I have a special code? Oh, I mean, what? Can I get a discount?
You can hold the camera.
Hey, man. I'm in there.
So I would do the free one.
Ooh.
So you would do the free one. And
You only
then,
show a shoulder?
well, I would show everything, but I will put the blocker on it that says, yo, to see this right here, it's going to be $12. To see that right there, it's going to... And then every
That's a
single
businessman
one...
right there.
Yeah.
Paywall, everywhere.
Yeah, everything. But the funny thing is, it's only going to work for like a month because everything that you unblock is gonna have something dumb on.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Jesus.
Yeah, yo, you was paying for this, freak.
Yeah. Ew. Yo, that's mad gross.
Yo, you're nasty as hell.
Yeah.
Just like the place you're going to.
Shame on you.
You sicko. Yeah,
That's
it
all we
would
gotta
just be
work for,
funny
but-
until like eventually. Yo, there was this one girl I met her in like a holy place.
Ooh.
And like years went by. I hadn't seen her much, but she during the pandemic, she hit me up and was like, "Yo, I'm starting this OnlyFans page. Yo, do you mind letting me know if my content is fire?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll let
That's
you
the
know."
best text to get.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm starting this paid service. Can I show you this for free? And you tell me if it's good.
And she's not the only one that's done that to me. Before OnlyFans was popular in 2017, 2016, there was another thing called Is My Girl or something like that. And it was exactly the same thing. But it was, I guess, OnlyFans like became the
Better
one.
marketing, yeah.
Yeah. And another person told me the same thing. Like, yo, can you check out my stuff to see if it's good? I was like, of course.
Listen, I want to be a true friend.
Yeah.
So.
I'm
here
and
for it.
and I gave like legit criticism. Yo, the angle here is not very good. This doesn't make any
What's
sense.
up with your nipple? It's looking that way. You gotta straighten it.
Yeah, I didn't do that. It was all strictly, technical. Like, yo, the audio on this wasn't making sense. Like, I
Gotta
really
get a
took
wide angle.
I really took it serious. One girl gave me
Right.
$25.
There you go.
But so the girl from the holy place I met, she started off not doing like nothing bad. She was like, I'm just on here like sharing pictures from Instagram, like this is me in this outfit and whatever. And I was like, all right, good luck.
Yeah.
On that. Because like, why would we want to see you in a dress?
Right.
Okay. She swore up and down she was never doing anything sicko on the app.
I like the way it's sicko.
Yeah. I want to say it was like 6 months later. I went
That's
back
all
to
she
go
needed.
look, and it wasn't all the way crazy, but it was like, I'm going to just take my top off a little bit and da-da-da. By 2021, I went back. She was like, who trying to put this bead in your waist?
He was getting a better view than a gynecologist.
So I asked, yo, I thought you said you wasn't going to do that nasty. She was like, I wasn't making no money.
Yeah.
So she had
That's
to
the
start
purpose
doing some wild stuff.
of
Like,
OnlyFans.
I couldn't believe it, I stopped giving the criticism on that one because I was like, nah, this ain't right.
What's wrong with you?
You got to read your
What's the discount
Bible.
code? Quick.
you nasty freak.
That's crazy. What was your name?
She was a black girl, too. You might like her.
What was her name?
Yeah, she was all right. I'll tell you after.
Oh,
after
shoot.
show. Shoot, maybe she still might be promoting it.
Maybe I could get you a discount code.
You know,
We'll
I
see.
remember asking how much money she made. I think she told me she made like between $175 and $300 a month.
I don't know if that's a good or bad on the scale, but
I
That's more
think
than you
it's
didn't
really
have.
bad because she started promoting it on Facebook, and promoting
that's
it
where
only.
grandma's hanging.
That's where the grandmas are, and that's embarrassing.
Oh,
But
baby, no.
I'm not gonna say too much about her because I understand why she promoted it on Facebook. Because let's just say she ain't had nobody that could tell her this is nasty, family wise.
Mm-hmm.
I know for me, if I post something real crazy, my mom's gonna come. Like my mom doesn't have a Facebook.
She'll know about it.
She
She'll
will
sense
know about it. Yeah, she'll know about
Yeah.
it. Like she got enough.
Same
agents,
with my
you
mom. She'll be
know?
like, what are you doing?
Yeah, they have enough. Yo, this lady tried to flirt with me this past weekend. She said, "Yo, what's your Facebook?"
Where do you buy your tapioca?
I was like, "Do you have a phone?"
What's the all right? Where do you get your poly grip to keep the dentures in?
Yeah, I can smell the Ben Gay.
I got close to. She tried to lean into my ear. I smelled the Vicks.
Man, it was sick, yo. I almost threw up when she said that. She's like, "Yo, can I had you on Facebook so you could message me on Facebook Messenger? You
Oh
freak,
my god!
you sick woman."
She
You
can
know,
Poke me.
And you know what's
Yeah.
crazy? I definitely got my flirt on Facebook Messenger. Yo, you. Damn, I was about to ask. You ain't go through that. Facebook Messenger used to be the one. Facebook Messenger used to be the greatest dating app of all time. I'll tell you this and then I'm going to let everybody go. So I'm in Bali. I'm with my driver. And he's talking about his wife, how his wife beat him into shape. Like, he was like the youngest one of his family, so he was just a big baby.
Right.
And he was like, his wife is like a princess warrior. You know, like, when they got together, he was a punk. And she, like, made him get up, get to work, and da-da-da-da. So I said, how did you meet this woman? He goes, well, I broke up. Well, my ex-girlfriend broke up with me. So I went on Facebook Messenger, and I sent every woman I know or every woman I thought was pretty my phone number. And I said, if you like me or if you think you might like me, text me. And he was like, I didn't even know my wife. I just saw her on a friend of a friend's page, and I just sent her that. He's like, I sent it to like 60 women. She was the only one to respond. And it turns out she was the one I was supposed to marry. I met her 7 days after the last girl broke up with me, and I was heartbroken, and I met my wife. Huh. When I tell you, in college, if you got that Facebook Messenger.
So it wasn't really that it was, ideal for it. It's just that you could message a bunch of people with it.
How do you even explain it? Facebook Messenger, I think because it had the green dot that would say like this person is online. Mm-hmm. So let's say it's 2 a.m. You're chilling.
Click on the green dot.
You click on the green dot, and you like, what you doing now?
That's pretty creepy. But,
you know what I mean? Nah. Or
sure.
you be like, you know they always say, go to bed.
Go to bed, roll eyes emoji. All right, okay.
Once they hit that go to bed, yeah, where you at?
You know it's on. Send the Addy right now.
You didn't use Facebook Messenger for the flirt? Oh man,
I can't say that I did.
That was the one, boy.
That's fine.
Instagram ain't got nothing. Nothing.
DMs are trash compared to this.
Okay, especially now they throw your stuff in the request bucket. I didn't request to send this. I sent it.
Yeah. This is it. This is unsolicited.
I'm putting cases on all. That Facebook Messenger could bing.
Oh my God. Damn it, Instagram making it so safe for people.
I hate it. Luckily for me, I ain't out here just wild DMing anymore. Yeah. But it's so easy to DM people on Instagram. You see something, you hit the fire emoji, and that's the worst thing to do. Because as a man, that's like, that could mean I think it's fire, and that also could mean I'm trying to smash. And I think most people receive it as like, he's just trying to smash.
He's just trying to smash.
So it's sick activity. But that Facebook Messenger, once it died out, what's the best way nowadays? I think everybody's just on the dating apps. Yeah.
Apparently, everyone's on a dating app.
Yeah. I don't know if them dating apps got marriages anymore. That Facebook Messenger.
eHarmony? To get married?
I don't think
people get married on eHarmony. Not nowadays, maybe.
Yeah, I think eHarmony and OkCupid is in a grave somewhere.
Christian Mingle.
I don't know if anybody mingling.
Farmers
only.
Farmers only, whatever.
Farmers only. Actually, I would get up on there.
They have a mail-in dating service for the Amish.
Do they?
I'm sure they do.
How you swipe?
They give you a catalog like JCPenney. rip it out of
And
there.
it's all drawings.
Yeah.
They didn't want to
It's
use
all
the
drawings.
cow.
Oh man, hey, this girl might look like she maybe could be pretty.
So she, a little bit.
Yeah, look the
One
way they drew her eyes.
have 13 kids.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to build a house with our hands?
Yeah, I think it's all broken now anyways. Them dating apps are a complete waste of time. Matter of fact, I got a message I got to get jump to. So we're going now. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
And with that, we're
I'm
off.
just kidding. Yeah,
And now so I can truly do it correctly.
Yeah.
Because I was corrected when we started. Thank you very much for watching us. MOI, NPR, radio. If you do like what we're saying, if you would pay for Kerbin's OnlyFans, please comment us, like, subscribe on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Hey, Chris Johnson signing off.
You still get the music wrong, but
That's elevator music. That's what I imagine NPR plays.
it's like soft, like.
Okay, for sure.
Thank you for listening to NPR. Please buy a tote bag
A tote bag.
on our website to support kids in Timbuktu.